Yes! 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 No! 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 Fuck! Shit! Cunt! Balls!
What's up, everybody? This is Michael Davis, Intro Black. Welcome back to the PW Hustle Zone. More importantly, welcome back to my review of Wrestlemania 38. This time, reviewing night 2 of Showcase of Immortals, Wrestlemania Sunday. And I gotta say, man, can we just stop with the whole 2-night Wrestlemania ridiculousness? Because two nights of Wrestlemania both go on 5 hours long. Well, night 2 went about 4.5 hours long, but you get what I'm saying. You don't need to have everybody on the Wrestlemania card. Could easily have some of these matches not have it on the wall or SmackDown before WrestleMania, or not have it take place at all. Especially the match I'm gonna talk about in the review that happened on night 2 that got cut on night 1. Should have been cut completely, because there was no point having a match whatsoever. But we start off with WrestleMania night 2, WrestleMania Sunday, with the game Triple H, as he comes out, welcome everybody to WrestleMania, and also putting his boots in the middle of the ring, as you probably already heard by now, he has officially retired from in-ring competition, thanks to the serious cardiac event that he suffered last year. And I mean, it's best for him, it's best for his family, and more importantly, it's best for business, because you don't want to have go out wrestling in another match and all of a sudden something more serious happened to you after you had a serious cardiac event. So I'm glad he's officially retired from the wrestling ring for his benefit, for his health. I can say what you will about the guy. I'm not saying he's the greatest wrestler of all time, but I will say this: the way that he helped NXT put their names on the map, and how made it into one of the biggest one of the biggest brands in WWE. This shows how serious he was about how taking NXT to the next level. And for the most part, it did. But ever since 2.0 came around, it's back to square one. And it sucks for Triple H, because that was his baby, and see was a man, and Bruce Prichard of all people, destroying him from the ground up. It sucks. So I'm glad he's retired, so he can focus on his health and be more of a family man for his daughters. So I know a lot of people may not like what I'm gonna say, but hey, fuck it. Thank you, Triple H. Now let's get to the main show. Start off tonight with the Raw Tag Team title match, Triple Threat, with RK Bro, Randy Orton, and Matt Riddle taking on Street Profits, Montez Ford and Enzo Dawkins, and Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad Gable. And like I said in my video says, this was going to be one of the matches of the night, and it did not disappoint. These three teams gave it their all, and I was very impressed with all three of these teams. Montez Ford is a freaking nature in that ring, doing the dive over the LED turnbuckle post over tag teams, and also he had Chad Gable with the moonsault on the outside, taking out all the tag teams. At one point where Chad Gable did a monkey flip to Montez Ford, and I don't know if it was because of Chad Gable or the way Montez sold it, but it looked like he kind of whipped on the mat when he landed on face first. But luckily he was okay. He finished out the matchup. As the finish of the match saw Montez Ford get hit with an RKO, super RKO from Matt Riddle out of nowhere, of course. And you see Chad Gable trying to go for a splash on someone. I didn't see who he was trying to do a splash on, but doesn't matter, because he gets caught with RKO out of nowhere. And 1, 2, 3, RK Bro retains the World Tag Team titles. And Randy Orton, big history once again in WrestleMania, walking into WrestleMania with every championship he can ever win it in WWE. He held World Championship gold walking into WrestleMania, Intercontinental Championship gold, U.S. Championship gold, and now Tag Team title gold. Like, this guy is one of the best that will ever do it, and you can't. I mean, some people can say he was in business because of his father or his family, but then again, he made it into. He became one of the best wrestlers out there, and one of the best individuals. Period. Because once he became a family man, once he got married, his demeanor, his attitude changed, and you could tell by having him hang out with Matt Riddle as tag team champions at RK Bro. It changed a lot for Randy. So kudos to RK Bro for taking the titles, and it was a great match all around. All three teams did the thing. But after the match, they had Street Profits and RK Bro celebrating, and the Street Profits brought in Gabe Stevenson, University of Minnesota fame, and WWE's newest superstar. He was gonna celebrate with them, but had Gable spoiled the party for everybody, and we had a Gabe versus Gable Stevenson, face off, because these two have been going back and forth on social media for a little bit, and Gable Stevenson got up hand on Chad Gable, telling him to sus, as he gives him a belly suplex, and looks like we're gonna see Chad Gable and Gabe Stevenson feud come soon in the WWE. I'm pretty sure they gotta have some programs. The program start tonight on the Raw at Wrestlemania, because it's the biggest wall at the wall that they gotta do. But nonetheless, RK Bro gets the win. Gabe Stevenson looked good for a little bit as we saw in the WWE ring, and I can't wait to see what he does in the actual match. But next match we gotta talk about is Omos versus the Almighty Bobby Lashley. And I gotta say, not really fan of this matchup. I mean, I'm glad that Bobby Lashley won. Again, I don't think it got hurt Omos that much. I don't think it hurt him that much. But you can tell that he needed Bobby Lashley needed to win more than Omos, because Omos not look good here, and he going against a two-time WWE champion here. It just didn't feel right. And Bobby Lashley came in looking like a beast as usual. The crowd was feeling him. The crowd was right all behind him, all mass. Bobby Lashley hit him with a huge vertical suplex. I was afraid he was gonna do the stalling vertical suplex, but thank God he didn't, because if he did, his sort of would have been fucked up. Given that almost 400 pounds, but he didn't do that. Hit him with a huge suplex, hit a spear from to the back, and hit him with a spear, cutting him in half, and getting the win. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley is victorious here, and just shows you that you don't count out you don't doubt the Almighty, because I heard people were picking the Almighty to win, even JBL dumbass. Or I will probably call him John Bista's loser. Like that's all I gotta say about that, because JBL is an idiot for picking Almighty. You don't doubt the Almighty, and Bobby Lashley pulled it last night against Almighty, and I'm wondering what's gonna happen with Bobby Lashley now. We gotta wait to see tonight on Monday Night Raw. But the next match I want to talk about is Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in an Anything Goes match. And this is a match this is exactly what you thought it was gonna be. Just flat out craziness all around. John Knoxville did a pretty good job fighting Sami Zayn. He did a pretty good job selling his every move. He did better than I thought he was gonna do when it comes to just selling the moves and just doing moves too. He did a pretty decent spreadboard DDT, tilt world DDT, and of course, as he already knew, you had the Jackass crew helping out Johnny Knoxville from time to time. You had the Party Boy coming out, distracting Sami Zayn with his dance moves, and him wearing nothing but a Speedo. And it was just you watch Jackass, you get the gimmick, but it was just ridiculous seeing him dance with nothing but a speedo, and he also had Wee Man making an appearance. And I'm pretty sure people thought it was Hornswoggle, but no, it was Wee Man, because Wee Man actually gets a reaction whenever he comes out, whatever he does. But Wee Man comes out, helps out John Knoxville a little bit. He gives Sami Zayn a freaking body slam, and that's what he did was when John Knoxville did the DDT on Sami Zayn, but that wasn't enough to beat him. And Sami Zayn got up right away and kicked the living shit out of Wee Man right in the face. But in the end, John Knoxville did all the tricks that he in his book that Sami Zayn couldn't figure out. Distracted him, got knocked out on the top rope. Got and landed right on his nuts. He did a high five, slap in the face. The same thing he did to Zack Ryder, aka Matt Cardona. He was in WWE on Money at Raw years ago, and he pulled him through a table filled with mouse traps, and also trapped him with a giant mouse trap on his own, and that's how he got the win. And it was some mishaps with some of the objects in this match, but it didn't matter. It was a fun match. You could tell that Pat McAfee and Michael had a good ass time calling that match from start to finish, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was gonna be stupid, but it was stupid in all the right reasons. So good on John Knoxville to get in the win, and yeah, it was cool. It was a cool, fun matchup on night 2. Speaking of cool, fun matchups, we get to another match that I thought was going to be a throwaway matchup. In the Fair 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championships, you got Team Bad or Boston Glow, Naomi and Sasha Banks taking on Liv for Brutality, Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. You got the Queens of Catering, Natalya and Shayna Baszler, and you got the champions, Queen Selena and Carmella. And again, I thought this match was going to be a throwaway match. I didn't think of any of it. But this match was a pretty fun matchup to watch. The ladies did their thing, but well, maybe not the same Baszler and Natalya. They were just there. But everybody else did their thing. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Sasha, Naomi, Zelina Vega did her thing too. With her walking out like Aaliyah from Queen of the Dam. And also she did a pretty damn good moonsault on the outside. It looked like she did a revert DDT like AJ Styles does now in the ring, but it isn't how she landed. It was pretty damn good looking moonsault on the outside. And like, I'm a fan of Selena Vega, Queen Selena, the Trinidad, to call her whatever you want, but I didn't like the fact that she came back to WWE after she got embarrassingly fired by the company. And it's just like, it would have been a cool addition for her. She would have been a cool addition for House of Black at AEW. Like, you could have easily have her in AEW with her husband, Malachi Black, and be the female member of House of Black. But no, she settled for coming back and being and losing every other week, even when she was tag team champions. But besides the point, the match ended up closing out with Carmella being the one to get pinned by Sasha Banks and Naomi, and we have new women tag team champions, which means the streak is over. That's right. Sasha Banks is no longer winless at Wrestlemania. She had won her first match at Wrestlemania after losing 5 or 6 matches at Wrestlemania in a row. For losing in one-on-one matches, tag team matches, fatal 5-man matches, and even a battle war that didn't mean anything in the first place. Sasha Banks gets her first win at WrestleMania, and she did it with her Team Bad member and tag team partner Naomi, as she won the women tag championships 3 times, twice with Bayley, and now the 3rd time with Naomi. And Naomi won her first women's tag title in WWE, and it was a pretty good moment for her, and I'm glad that she got the win. I always had a love-hate relationship with Sasha Banks. The Talon I absolutely love her in the ring, and Talon I just can't stand her because of her attitude outside the ring. But at the end of the day, I got nothing but respect for Sasha Banks. So I'm glad that she won her first match at WrestleMania, and hopefully they hold the title for a pretty long time because they deserve it. And I'm happy that they have Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Bianca Belair all holding gold in WWE because those are three most hard-working women in WWE in the last couple years. So kudos to the black women in WWE. And we get the next match on the card. We have AJ Styles versus Edge for the first time ever. Now, this match, I already knew this match was going to be a really good match. It wasn't the best match of the night, but it was a good match nonetheless. AJ Styles got cut during his entrance. Dumbass Meltzer thought it would be he got cut off the pyro, but that video out there, thanks to shout out to Authors of Wrestling on Instagram, because he posted this video on there, and credit to the person who did this. It was a fan perspective of footage of his entrance, and he hit the side of the stage, the star of the WrestleMania stage. He didn't get cut from no damn pyro. He got cut from that, and it didn't bother him at all. He took it off and he focused on his match against Edge coming out with look like Ministry of Darkness Undertaker. I didn't know. I don't think he was trying to do that, but he did. Pretty damn cool. But the match itself was pretty damn good match by both men. I think that Edge did a good job hanging with AJ Styles, because I know there's not a lot of people out there that can do that. But nonetheless, it was a really good match. You had some brutal spots there. Suplex for AJ Styles to Edge on the turnbuckle. AJ Styles hit the style clash on Edge in the middle of the ring. We all thought that was over, because it was 2.9 kick out for Edge, and all of a sudden you had AJ Styles going for phenomenal form, and then you just see him looking over his shoulder. And you look at Damian Priest, and Damian Priest there standing there looking at Edge, and AJ Styles is distracted enough to the point he goes for phenomenal form. He gets hit with a massive spear out of nowhere from midair, and Edge gets the win over AJ Styles. The first of many, I believe, because I don't think this feud is gonna be over with, especially with Edge now setting up a new stable for him alongside Damian Priest. Because we heard rumors about Edge creating his own stable in WWE, and Damian Priest was the first person that they came up with as the first members of the group. They plan on creating for Edge. So that's gonna be pretty cool pairing. I'm curious to see who else is gonna be part of this group. I'm curious what the name gonna be. If it's anything better than the Jericho Appreciation Society, then good on y'all, because Jericho Appreciation Society sucks ass, both the name and the group. I'm just saying. But we move on to one of the best matches of the night, to one of the worst matches of the night, or the worst match of the night. If we want to call it a match. You got the New Day versus Sheamus and Rich Holland with Pete Dunne, not Bush, or you can call him freaking Scrappy Doo, because this guy was trying to get ready to scrap against Kofi and Xavier throughout the match, and that's how they called the New Day the match, because Pete Dunne was too focused on trying to beat up Kofi and Xavier, and that's how Sheamus got the upper hand on them, hitting both Kofi and Xavier with both kicks, and had dumbass Rich Holland, the same guy that broke Big E's neck, by the way, getting the win for his team. And then you have Pete Dunne trying to beat up the New Day again. The New Day coming out paying tribute to Big E. They were both wearing singlets, the same singlet that Big E wore when he won the WWE Championship over Bobby Lashley on the episode of Monday Night Raw. So that was a pretty cool tribute. Too bad it didn't last long for the New Day. But yeah, New Day still get disrespected at WrestleMania as a team. It sucks, man. But moving on to the next match on the card, you have Austin Theory taking on Pat McAfee, and you have Mr. McMahon at ringside supporting Austin Theory. Yeah, this was a really good song by Pat McAfee here. I don't like how they just completely just forget about Pat being part of a match between Adam Cole. They just completely just sweep that under the rug, act like that never happened. But we all know what happened. But Pat McAfee started off hot here, knocking down Austin Theory. He did a pretty damn good Hurricane. He was a house of fire at the beginning of the match. He had a pretty damn good interest too with the guys, Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders or Dallas Cowgirls. He came out with Seven Nation Army by White Stripes, a song that he used when the cameras are not on him. He just has a generic WWE theme that they made for him. But nonetheless, it was a pretty good song by him. Austin Theory, he was there too. At one point during the match, with Pat McAfee was doing a Swanton bomb, but he missed Riley, and he had some height on this Swanton bomb, and he missed in the middle of the ring. And also he did his best walking press and kicking the crap out of Austin Theory while he was on commentary. Like that was pretty damn fun. But in the end, Austin Theory hit Pat McAfee with an ATL down, the ATL, and Pat McAfee rolls him up for the win. Pat McAfee gets his first win in WWE and get it at the Grand Stadium Hall, WrestleMania. But he was not done. He wanted to get a piece of Mr. McMahon, and Mr. McMahon took off his jacket, took off his shirt, looking like a jacked up grandpa, and he stands face to face with Pat McAfee, and the same referee that the Pat McAfee and Austin Theory match comes in, rings the bell, and we had ourselves an impromptu match between Pat McAfee and Mr. McMahon. But in the end, it wasn't really that much of a match because Austin Theory came in, attacked Pat McAfee, hit ram his balls to the turn post, LED post, and Mr. McMahon kicked him in the ribs with the ball, and that's how he won the match. And surprisingly enough, that's Mr. McMahon's first win at WrestleMania. So that's why they had this. So we have Mr. McMahon get his first win at WrestleMania, and he keep on constantly getting embarrassed at WrestleMania in his respective matches. But whatever, it is what it is. Pat McAfee gets the win nonetheless. Austin Theory and Mr. McMahon celebrating in the middle of the ring, and all of a sudden the glass shatters, and out comes Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's back for night 2, everybody, and he comes out walking, talking, raising hell like only the rattlesnake can, and Austin Theory trying to win at Stone Cold, but that didn't help at all, as Stone Cold hits him with a Stone Cold Stunner, and Austin Theory went flying, selling that shit like it was nothing. And he had known for selling Stunner like that in the Indies, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, he did that shit in the Indies, and he doing it again tonight. And I'm pretty sure he had that put a smile on Stone Cold's face when he saw that Stunner like hell, like death. So that was a cool spot. But Austin Theory had the best sell of the Stunner, while Mr. McMahon might probably had the worst Stunner in history, as Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon did a toast, and Mr. McMahon trying to walk away when trying to get when Stone Cold trying to stun him, and he ended up just delivering the worst Stunner in history. And it wasn't Stone Cold's fault. It wasn't really Mr. McMahon's fault. He was trying to win away, and it failed. But then you have Pat McAfee get in the ring, get called to the ring by Stone Cold. They serve beer too, and he gets done by Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it's just Stone Cold doesn't give a shit. Again, is that Stone Cold mentality. DTA, don't trust anybody. And it was a fun sight seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin both on night 1 and night 2, just having a good time. And so I still say he should have been the host of WrestleMania 38 the whole time, but that's just me. And it was a funny spot where Pat McAfee is still knocked out by the announce table, and he's still drinking while he's unconscious. It was a fun spot. It was a fun moment. I'm pretty sure he was smiling ear to ear on the inside, and gets stunned by a Hall of Famer like Stone Cold Steve Austin. So that was a cool moment. Going on Pat McAfee getting a win at WrestleMania. And now we get to the main event of WrestleMania. This is self-proclaimed biggest WrestleMania match of all time. We have tie for title, James for the champion, winner take all. You have the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar taking on the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Before the match even starts, Paul Heyman introduced Roman Reigns like he used to do, for Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar grabbed the microphone and he introduced himself. It was sort of fun back and forth before the match started, but the fun games ended when the bell rang, as Brock Lesnar was seen taking off his gloves before anything went down. Because normally he takes off the gloves in the middle of the match, but he takes them off right after the bell rings, and you see Roman Reigns is shook. He's getting scared because you know when those gloves are off, that's your ass. And in the beginning of the match, you had Brock Lesnar getting up a hand, throwing him around with belly to belly suplexes, but that one mistake by Brock, taking his eye off the prize and trying to fight Paul Heyman, he gets speared to the barricade, and that's where Roman Reigns gets the upper hand, spearing Brock Lesnar, giving him a couple of Superman punches to the point before Brock Lesnar eventually counters the third Superman punch, taking the suplex city with 5 German suplexes in a row, and you gotta go for the F5, but recognized by Roman Reigns. He gets speared. Referee in the way. Roman Reigns hits him with a low blow and the Universal Championship belt, and that wasn't enough to beat Brock Lesnar. And he kicks out at 2.9, and that's when Roman Reigns go for another spear, and he got caught with a Kimura lock. And Roman Reigns was so pretty damn banged up after that, and with a little help from Paul Heyman, with a little tap to the rope, he made it to the ropes. He's saved by the ropes, saved by the special counsel, and in the end, Roman Reigns counters the F5 once again, hits him with a spear in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion and the new WWE Champion, as he is the unified, undisputed WWE Champion. And we all knew it was going to happen. It was inevitable once again, and this is why they were my lock pick, because as much as people wanted to see Brock Lesnar win, it wasn't going to happen, because Roman Reigns is there every week. They're doing their thing. It doesn't have matches. He's out there cutting promos how just people tell everybody how he's the man, he's the GOAT, he's the head of the table, and Brock Lesnar is nothing but more than a part-timer. So, and Roman Reigns is wanted by USA Network, because USA Network wanted him on their show. They wanted him on Monday Night Raw as champion, and that's why this match happened in the first place. But USA Network and Fox can stop bitching and moaning, because they both got Roman Reigns, and hopefully Monday Night Raw gets a ratings boost now, because not only you gotta have Roman Reigns on your show at WWE Champion, the Undisputed Champion, but Cody Rhodes is on Monday Night Raw. He gotta be on the Raw brand, so maybe it's gonna get a ratings boost for Monday Night Raw, but I highly doubt it. But at the end of the day, I thought WrestleMania was a pretty damn good show. But night 1, night 2, Night one, best match of the night for me was Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. I watched it back and I thought, yeah, it wasn't. I didn't. I forgot. I didn't say. I didn't mean to say it was okay match. It was really damn good matchup between both Becky and Bianca. Also, a really fun. Really fun seeing Stone Cold and Kevin Owens had their match, no holds barred match. Also, you had night two. I say that the two tag team match was the best match of the night. The second was the AJ Styles and Edge match, and it was a fun match, fun weekend all around. Because not only had WrestleMania was not only WrestleMania was a good show, you had Supercar was, I believe, was the best show of the weekend in my honest opinion. I'm pretty sure I'm not alone on that statement, but in the end, WrestleMania 38 gets a 7 out of 10 for me, because for both nights, and it was a pretty good show. Not quite stupendous, but a pretty good show nonetheless. But that's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say about WrestleMania as a whole. Let me know down below what you thought of WrestleMania. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What your favorite match of the card? What your least favorite match? And what's your favorite WrestleMania moment of the weekend? Let me know down below in the comments. And make sure you like the video, subscribe, tap the bell on YouTube so I don't miss any of my videos. And yeah, hope you guys had a great weekend at WrestleMania weekend. Whether you guys attended or you watched it at home. Yeah, so thank you for watching the video. Until next time, I'm not gonna Black. I'm out.